VL, a VL in beige. That is perhaps the most desirable car here for me. I really am quite strange. It is Sunday the 1st of March. I'm here at an All-Holden meet. I've arrived in this Holden VU Ute. I'm wearing a Holden t-shirt, kindly given to me by a Hubnut fan in Sydney, and going to see what's about. It's very early. The show is only just starting, but already there is a veritable sea of, well, Holdens. So let's start having a mooch about. Maybe we can go and watch some cars coming in. So there we go. There's a nice Statesman for starters. Obviously low is the way to go with some of these cars. That's a later Ute. I'm hoping for some content on one of those. Malus were kind of the hottest of the Utes, I believe. Gorgeous station wagon here. It's the Isuzu Gemini based Sunbird, I think they are. Mostly I'm going to spend today not having a clue what most of this stuff is, but oh no, they were badged as Holden Gemini. Look at this. Possibly the most Hubnut car here, do you think? Look at that. So this body shell is familiar to UK viewers as a Chevette, but Isuzu being linked to General Motors, they also used that body shell extensively. Oh, this is going to be an amazing day. Headlamp wiper moment. I think that's a VB Commodore, which looks remarkably like the Opel record on which it is based. Oh, an EJ maybe. Again, very similar to the UK Victor. Oh, this is what I've got on my t-shirt, the Sandman commercial. Quite magnificent. Oh, brave. The ice creams are being served from a Ford. That does strike me as brave. Wow, all sorts of stuff here. Beautiful Ute. Holden Premier Sedan. 4-speed Saginaw. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, promises to be quite the day, I think. So of course, I'm here just after, and it's only a week or so since General Motors announced that they're killing Holden. So this is remarkably sad in a way, because Holden will soon be no more. This could be the last show where Holdens are still being made. Very sad. Of course, no Holdens are made here in Australia anymore anyway. They finished with the with this sort of generation of Commodore. Oh wow, look at the paint on that. Beautiful. Lovely. That's the second generation Holden. Big engines. Another Statesman. Wow. Yeah, I like the mix of Holdens we've got here. I haven't seen a Holden Trax yet, but you never know. Calais. Calais is like the Fairmont equivalent. It's got a slightly posh grille on it. Wow, it's just more Holdens than I ever thought I'd see. I haven't seen a VL yet. Have you seen a VL? I'm going to go hunting for the VL. The VL is the one with the Nissan Skyline engine, of course. Let's go and see what we can find. Oh, that's tasty. Just see a hint of the Vauxhall Senator. But it kind of shares the structure with, although I think it is larger than a Senator. Oh, look at this van.
Very nice.
Very nice. Oh, and here we go, we've got a VL Calais with the pop-up headlamps, all sort of semi-covered. There we go, the old RB engine. Look at the plush velour. Single spoke steering wheel as well. Oh yeah, we're now in VL territory. So that's the Commodore, albeit with a meaty grade V8, and that's the Calais. You can see the different front end treatments. Typical, but I parked right behind them and somehow didn't notice. There's a Tirana here. It's a SLR 5000, so 5 litre V8. So the Tirana started off being HB Viva shaped, but that looks closer to an Opel Record sort of a size. So they really did grow quite enormous, the Tiranas, and all of the metal flake going on that one. Now I think we need to go and look at that Bedford over there. Oh, just listen to that come in. Pleasant noises. Oh, so here we go, we can check out some alternatives. Got a crew cab here, or crewman, I think they were sold as. So Holden actually developed, in response to the Ford Territory SUV, they developed a 4-wheel drive version of the Commodore. That's the crew cab Ute version, and that's quite an impressive vehicle. Cross-track XUV and other such things. There you go, the Avalanche HSV, so that's the performance arm, and this is the Aventura based estate. Apparently not a particularly strong 4-wheel drive system. There is an Aventura as the normal lowlier spec. Quite a smart looking thing though, I think. Adventura, sorry, I was getting it wrong. LX8, because it's an 8-cylinder engine. So quite intriguing. Ford's response, because there was a 4-wheel drive Ute, they came up with the Ford Falcon RTV, which was just a normal Falcon with lifted suspension and limited slip rear diff. Not quite the full experience. But yeah, look at this Bedford CF. That's a delight. I wonder if that's packing the Holden 6-cylinder engine. They did fit to these. Certainly that doesn't look like the stock shifter. Wow, loving that. And that's carrying a Tirana here on the back. Looks absolutely beautiful. Another SLR 5000. These are numbers we're simply not used to in the UK. There's a VS Commodore, I think. I'm on dangerous ground here because I'm not an Australian. I don't know these cars inside and out. But again, that's a Statesman version, I think, which is quite different in a lot of ways. So it's the same basic structure, but got these weird wraparound sort of rear side windows. Wow. Oh yes, even an Australian All-Holden car meet. I've managed to find an AU Falcon. Oh there, that's rather a lot of noise. Maybe we should walk away from that awful lot of noise. The generator was powering the bouncy castle. It wasn't charging that Holden, Tesla rather. That's the coupe version of the Gemini. Quite smart. Ooh, Nissan engine crammed in the front. I'm sorry about the noise. Lovely Holden Ute here. Oh, look at this. That's a VK Commodore, I think. Electronic timing. Wow, look at the air conditioning pipe work. Incredible. Later Calais of the VN type, I believe. Oh yeah, I'm liking this show very much. Oh, intriguing. Fraud Commodore. That's a combination of VP Commodore and Ford Model A. I quite like that. That's quite intriguing. Have some more VLs. Oh, I love the VLs. Ooh, and a Sunbird. Oh, there we go. I think the Sunbird developed from the Tirana platform. Trimatic. Posh way of saying it's only got a 3-speed automatic. Another VL looking quite purposeful. Look at the size of that. Whoa. Holden SL Turbo. How 1980s is that graphic? I like that a lot. There's another second generation Holden. I've been desperately trying to pack my head with Holden facts by reading Holden Australia magazine from a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure it's worked. Actually, it's more than a couple of years ago. I think 2008 the copy came from, and I still don't know what most of the cars are I'm looking at. I would say I failed. Oh, there we go. Monaro GTS, pantograph wiper, and over there that's the 1 ton, was the chassis cab version. It's a monocoque structure, so they had to engineer their own chassis cab based on that. Good old leaf springs at the back. Good to see. Yes, this generation really does sort of look like Omegas. Oh, lovely triumvirate of yellow Commodores coming in. VL, VK and VS probably. Going to look over here. Later Monaro, so we got these in the UK as Vauxhall Monaros, and sold in America as Pontiac GTOs even. Majestic Vannas. That's all of the rear window. And there is a Sandman. So the Sandman, there was very much a culture around the Sandman, which is what I've got on here. And yeah, very popular with the beach bums, etc. Look at that passion wagon. Kingswood with radial tuned suspension. I say, that's getting a bit fancy now. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh yeah. Which girl wouldn't love to jump in the back of that? Magnificent. That's a bit too clean for my liking. Over here we have the first Holden Tirana, which really was just an HB Viva. So this is how the Tiranas began. What's he got under the bonnet of this? Oh, dinky. I think these still use the 1159cc 4-cylinder engine. He's got his Brabham upgrades on here though. So after Jack Brabham. So there were Brabham Tiranas and Brabham Vivas, and on paper there was quite a power boost, but in reality it never seemed to be quite so much. I'll see if we can find the missing link, which is a 6-cylinder version of one of those. Quite a different body, but I'm sure we'll find one if we spend enough time here. Beautiful. Oh, that is a colour and a half. Look at that. Monaro LS. Like these repeater lamps in the back, quarter. Also seen on the Leyland P76. And there's a Holden and a half. Oh, excuse the horrible loud music, but this is a Holden Gemini of a slightly later date. Just stuck under this barrier. Very much a Holden design. It wasn't really shared with anything else. Pure badge engineering. So it was sold as a Isuzu Gemini. Oh, shut up. in Japan. Here we go. Here is the slightly later Tirana. So this is when they started developing the HB Viva platform and turned it into something uniquely Australian. So we've got this four-door sloping rear body. There's almost a hint of Hillman Avenger in that, but I'm pretty sure it predates the Avenger. And there's another one up here which has been considerably modified, but the 6-cylinder versions have the much longer front end on. And although this one, I would say this is not entirely stock, and someone has removed the windscreen wipers. I don't understand such matters. Yeah, quite a machine. Kingswood wagon. Here's that earlier one with the crazy roof. And there we go, there's the 6-cylinder engine in a Tirana. Don't think they usually came with triple carburetors like that, but it looks quite nice. Yeah, what a show. Chrome windscreen wipers, that is a bit fancy, sir. And then this is an interesting example of the last of the line Commodore. This really was the end for the Commodore line that began with so many years before. What I haven't seen is the last Commodore, which was just a badge engineered Vauxhall or Opel insignia, a complete insult to the name. I'm not sure anyone's brave enough to bring one of those along today. We shall see. Another lovely Holden there. This one also a Holden. My knowledge knows no bounds. But yeah, it's interesting to be at a car club and there are no MGs. It's extraordinary, and I like it very much. Hold on a minute. We're just having our beige moment. Look at that. Louvered rear window. Glamorous beige interior. Look at that. Graph paper dashboard. Oh yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Quite a different dashboard to the versions we saw. So that's another VL in beige. That is perhaps the most desirable car here for me. I really am quite strange. Well, one thing's for sure, I think I've got the scruffiest car here. This is my Steed, this Utes VU. I haven't seen another one here. I'll give you a sneaky peek at the interior even. Woo! Actually, I'll be doing, or already have done, a complete road test on this vehicle. Yeah, I haven't seen. I haven't seen another one. What's that over there? That looks pretty similar, but I think this might be the later VY based Ute. That's got rather more engine than mine has. More cylinders also. I have a mere 3.8 litre V6. That's a beautifully colourful interior. The one thing I will definitely say, one of the things I love about Australia is they're not scared of a colour. And they never have been. I mean, look down that lineup. We've got red, yellow, purple, metallic blue, a bit of white about. But yeah, they like colour here, and I fully applaud that. I get a bit fed up with all the silver and white cars we seem to have in the UK at the moment, or black. I mean, it's not even a colour really. Very disappointing. There's a 1970s Statesman DeVille, which is presumably a reference to this remarkable brown vinyl roof. Look at the interior in here though. That's clearly inspired by the American side of General Motors, I would say. Gorgeous features. Air conditioner. And look at the seat pattern. The seat pattern is remarkable. Oh yes. I imagine Steph, iDriver Classic, is having palpitations at the moment. This strikes me as her sort of luxury car. Oh, that's amusing. I just caught someone whinging about my beautiful pickup. saying, what am I missing? As if this doesn't belong at a meeting that is described as an All-Holden meeting. Just noticed the sky is absolutely epic. I'm now displaying my hatch so I can have my cup of tea and somewhere to sit. These Utes are amazing. Oh, good times. Director. Possibly the most ridiculous car ever made. Look at the ridiculous spoilers. Peter Brock was involved with these. Slowly does it over the speed hump. Whoa. Aha, a 1970s Caprice. I don't know where that slotted in with regards to the Statesman, but again, wonderful interior. Single spoke steering wheel too. Pantograph wiper. It's all of the good times. But yeah, we need to go and have a nose at this director. Excuse the thumping music, there's always on. It turns out I have parked in the competition area because I caught people wondering why on earth this was here. No one said it was the competition area, so I just parked here anyway, in possibly the worst vehicle in the show. Maybe they've got a category for that, I don't know, but here is the remarkable director. As all of the bonnet bulges and body kit. We saw one of these at the show in New Zealand in Kumeu. Utterly remarkable. Yeah, you need some struts with a boot like that. Wow. Oh, that sounds quite pleasant, I would say. Gotta love a big V8. Oh, an SS. Beautiful. Look at those rear lights. Bringing a Ford Transit ice cream van to an All-Holden meet may not have paid off. Another VN, I think, Commodore? Yeah, VN Calais, sorry. Oh yes, Calais, look, extra poshness. An interesting mixture of leather and cloth. That's quite intriguing. Again, a really interesting dashboard. Look at that, that's almost Citroen-esque. I think someone at Holden must have liked Citroens. We've seen single spoke steering wheels, and now we've got fingertip controls for almost everything. I approve mightily of that. I've been patiently waiting for some early Holden activity. I'm not too hot on my Holden, so I don't think this is an FX. I think this is the FC maybe, with a chunky chrome grille, but it is a Ute, has been lightly modded, does appear to have escort van rear lights. Well, surely bringing Ford items to a Holden meet, someone should lynch this man at once. But still cars arriving, some are starting to leave now. I think that's the Australian way. Look at that for a colour. The car shows start early, and there were people here from 8 o'clock this morning, and then finish early because it gets too hot. Look at that. Oh, that is all of the purple. Well, at least the Bedford ice cream van has some customers. Interesting wipers. The wipers are a slightly different design to those in the UK. You can forgive me for that fascinating fact anytime you wish. Oh look, it's a Ford Falcon Ute. Bravery. Bravery, that's quite a late one. Oh yeah, Holden Astra, baby. Broom, Broham, Brugham, whatever. But disappoint. Look, we've got another VU, I think it is, and it's slightly shambolic. I have competition, and my bonnet doesn't do that. I'm not sure why you'd want your bonnet to do that, but it's exposing the Buick 3.8 litre V6 engine, which is a V8 with a couple of cylinders knocked off, so it is not the smoothest. Now look at this beautiful baby blue VN up here. Look at that, gorgeous wheel trims. Oh, I'm liking the VNs more and more. Okay, that gear selector hints that it might not be stock under the skin. We might be looking at a proper granny wagon hiding some serious power. I believe, oh, what are they called? Street Machine, that's it. Street Machine are building one of these. I don't know how sleepy they're going to make it. V8 5-litre injection Commodore Executive. Executive being bottom of the range, I think, is an SS that looks a bit sportier. But yeah, it's been quite the show. I've really enjoyed the mix of vehicles. I'm just over in what is actually the general parking. I'm not sure why these aren't in the lineup. Got a Ute there, and we've got a Caprice here, which looks somewhere like a cross between a Vauxhall Omega and a Mazda Z-Dos. And I think this is a Holden Captiva, which is just another badge engineering job. Yeah, it is a Captiva, Ford Ranger, Calais estate. That'll be one of the last, I should think. And look at this lovely thing hiding over here with its crusty back panels. Oh, it's even got a Street Machine number plate on it. An SLE, oh, that is ripe. That is ever so ripe. If I was giving out a Hubnut award, it would be going here. Oh, that's rather lovely. Bit of congestion going on here at the moment. There are Holdens circulating variously. Yeah, that's a pretty Ute. I like these rear lights. They're very reminiscent of Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, lovely. But yes, comings and goings are very much occurring, and I think I'm going to join the goings. We're now being treated, or we were until the microphone packed up, to a potted history of Holden over the tannoy. Much feedback, and yeah, many bad times. Headlamp wiper moment. That 5-litre V8. But thankfully that has been brought to an end by technology failing, so I'm quite glad of that, to be honest. It was getting quite painful, but I think that'll probably do us, to be honest. I'm not sure how many more cars will turn up. We'll just go and have a look at this gorgeous earlier Holden. It's quite nicely modified. I'm liking that look an awful lot. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, I shall say, I hope you've enjoyed this day out. I know I have. It's been great, and alas, I don't think I'm going to win a prize, but if I do, you'll be the first to know. So I shall say thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Farewell.